Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, almost every other Marvel character, assemble! It's time for a who's in and who's out of Infinity War on today's Nerdist News. Here's a riddle for you. What has a million legs but can't get here fast enough? If you guessed Avengers Infinity War, you just won your lady or fella Cupid doll. The much anticipated two-part film event won't be hitting the big screen until 2018, fingers crossed, but that's probably because not enough people on Earth have been born yet to fill out the complete casting list. Reportedly, the films will have upwards of 68 heroes and villains, only some of which have been announced so far, and considering that's still under 1% of the complete Marvel character library, there's a lot of wiggle room left for some surprise appearances. So who's in and who's getting the big ol' swipe left? Let's break it down, starting with Thanos. The Titanian Eternal Deviant Hybrid has already made multiple appearances across the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but according to Marvel honcho Kevin Feige, he'll be taking on a more central role when he slips on the gauntlet for the Infinity Flicks. In an interview with Screen Rant, Feige stated Thanos in Infinity War is, you know, in a movie that has a lot of characters. You could almost go so far as to say he is the main character, and that's a bit of a departure from what we've done before. A departure is right, but in a way, it makes sense for Thanos to be the main character. I mean, what's easier, dinging around in the heads of 67-odd superheroes and their respective lovers, aunties, and BFFs, or concentrating on one giant purple god monster and seeing what shakes loose? Just in terms of keeping the storyline as clear as possible, making Thanos a dominant figure in the film isn't a bad idea. Plus, we're pretty sure someone nicknamed the Mad Titan would prefer it that way. Next, we have the Collector, whose involvement in the Infinity War was confirmed by some old white dude who spotted Benicio del Toro fingering through the LPs at a record store near where the movie is filming in Atlanta. Some of you might argue this is circumstantial, but come on, why else would del Toro be at a record store unless he was there to collect a few of them? Luckily for us, his involvement was also corroborated by Thanos himself, Josh Brolin, in an Instagram live video from the set last week. We still don't have any specifics as to what the Collector will be doing in the films, but our guess is it'll have something to do with the Infinity Stone that Asgardian Sif and Volstagg gave the Collector at the end of Thor: The Dark World. Of course, a ton of other characters have already been confirmed for a while now. Naturally, there's the entire original Avengers roster: Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, and we're pretty sure Nick Fury is going to be in the mix as well. I mean, someone's got to bring the band back together after the Mean Girl-style shakeup in Civil War. Also verified is the Scarlet Witch and her super futuristic synthesoid boy toy Vision, who, even if he has not yet been confirmed, would be a sure bet for at least the first film because it's called Infinity War, about an infinity gauntlet with all-powerful infinity gems mounted into the knuckles of the glove, one of which Vision currently has embedded right in the middle of his forehead. Next, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax the Destroyer, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot, though we're not sure yet if it'll be Baby Groot or Growed-Up Groot. Hopefully, Guardians 2 will shed a little light on that sitch. Topping off the list of confirmed Guardians are Nebula, Mantis, and the Ravager Kraglin, played by James Gunn's little bro Sean. Also joining the film for surezies are Doctor Strange and his Tibetan bestie Wong, the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, professional Shrinky-Dink Ant-Man, and while Black Panther has not yet been confirmed, we're thinking he's enough of a shoo-in to make the list, and even though we haven't seen much of Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, she's been full-on IMDb certified. Finally, joy of joys, the spectacular Spider-Man will be squeezing into his Stark-made spandex, though whether Aunt May will be making an appearance is still not yet known. And that's the thing, there's still a whopping boatload of not knowns. If you've been counting along, we've only confirmed 26 characters out of a possible 68. So who else might be filling in the ranks? Well, let's start with the likely candidates. James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine, and Falcon are hardcore frontrunners to be in the films, but from here it gets a little murkier. It's possible we'll see a host of Asgardians, perhaps the aforementioned Volstagg and Sif, also Hogun and Fandral from the Warriors 3. Rainbow Bridger Heimdall is pretty likely. Tom Hiddleston has said there's a chance We'll see Tall Drink of Water and Mischief Maker Loki pop up, and certainly Odin would make a formidable foil for Thanos, so there's a good chance that we'll see Sir Anthony Hopkins back in play. Death Goddess Hela could make the list as well. In the comics, like so many broody teenagers, Thanos becomes obsessed with the physical embodiment of death, going so far as to murder his entire family to curry favor with her. Filmmakers could slip this into the plot, making Hela an important piece of the puzzle, and let's not forget Dr. Erik Selvig, who does sciencey things to make himself useful enough to be, I don't know, useful. Plus, he's hinted that he might be in the films, so then there's that. Then there's Nova Prime and Roman Day from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Glenn Close and John C. Reilly are large enough celebrities to be required viewing. Also, James Gunn's love affair with Michael Rooker might necessitate an appearance by Yondu, and who knows, Kobe Smulders could be making a return to sidekick for Nick Fury as Maria Hill, and Thunderbolt Ross might bark a few orders as the universe comes to an end. Finally, Peter Dinklage has been rumored to have been cast in the films, though his role as of yet is still in question. Nerds in the know have speculated he could be playing Pip the Troll, a lovable deviant who is one of a handful of characters that make up the Infinity Watch, a group put together by Adam Warlock to guard the stones. So in that case, would that mean Adam Warlock will also be in the films? And if Adam Warlock's a go, what about Moondragon and the alternate future human Maxim, who round out the Infinity Watch roster along with Drax the Destroyer, Gamora, and Thanos? Holy crap! The possibilities are as endless as the word infinity would imply. If we add all the maybes to the confirmed, that's still only 46 characters. We might be better off listing who's not going to be in the movies. Chances are we won't be seeing too many BFs or GFs, so we might expect Marvel to pass on Pepper Potts, Jane Foster, and Betty Ross, but maybe not. Who knows? Who really does know? Not us. Happy Hogan, Sharon Carter, and Crossbones are also pretty unlikely. Quicksilver is dead, which could rule him out. Marvel still doesn't have the rights to the X-Men, so a fat chance of our favorite mutants. Evangeline Lilly has declared outright that Wasp won't be in the picture, and Kevin Feige has made it pretty clear that none of the Marvel TV characters will make the cut, including Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and all the multifarious agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though it is possible that Agent Coulson could make a cameo for the fans. We love that idea, so make that happen, Feige. After all, the movie's not in theaters yet, so nothing's set in Infinity Stone as far as we're concerned.
Nailed it.
Who else do you think might make the films? Is 68 too many characters or not enough? Also, have you guys changed your pants yet? Because if nothing else, the sheer scope of these films is truly shit your britches exciting. Let's discuss. Hey, do you like this cool Nerdist hat? Well, you can... Thanks, Mike. Well, you can pick one up at the Nerdist store. Head on over to shop.nerdist.com to check it out, and more cool swag. Be sure to like and subscribe and keep checking Nerdist.com.